Coucou YouTube, on se retrouve
Hope you're
donc...
keeping well, friend.
Oui, bébou. On se retrouve donc sur Baldur's Gate. Oh, je gratouille le bébou. Je gratouille le bébou. Bah oui. Je suis un monstre sanguinaire, mais j'adore le bébou. Ah oui, j'avais lu un mème comme quoi le perso il prenait toujours cette pose. Bon. Ah, Will, que veux-tu, madame
With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure, we're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
Ah, j'ai pas Astarion dans cette partie-là. J'ai ni Astarion ni Laziel dans cette partie-là.
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father.
Sinon, dans ma partie actuelle, j'étais en train de me dire, potentiellement spoiler pour un truc que je vais potentiellement faire. En fait, je me disais, j'ai essayé de tuer un maximum de gens. Du coup, là, j'ai tué Gale, j'ai tué Lae'zel, j'ai failli tuer Karlach, mais j'ai été trop faible et je l'ai pas pu. Parce que j'aimerais bien faire une partie avec Lae'zel et Astarion et avec Will sans corne. Du coup, je pense que si tu tues Karlach alors que Will est présent, bon, il va se rendre compte déjà qu'il a fait une connerie, mais surtout, il n'aura pas de corne vu que Misora ne viendra pas pour le punir. Je pense qu'elle viendra de toute façon parce que voilà, c'est une putain de sangsue, mais...
Orin, I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know, or know of more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like. Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it? As would I, and more. I was 17. Father...
Attends, par contre, pourquoi j'ai de la confiture sur les doigts? Ça vient d'où? Wesh! Allô?
The cult of the dragon made its move.
The cult of the dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons, while others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
To conjure the Dragon Queen and lay waste to Baldur's Gate. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear.
She read the terms while two devils stood witness. And I said yes. One soul for one city. She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus, and The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our... My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee.
D'ailleurs, ça, je me souviens, tu peux le savoir si tu réussis un jet d'arcane, et à l'époque, au début, il est en mode ah non, non, je vois pas de quoi vous parlez.
I understand. No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither. More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to. You don't? But you are stronger than the hunger. You can resist. You will resist. I'm sure of it. My favorite subject. As if you needed to ask.
Ah oui, le bisou. Oui, le bisou, le bisou. Qu'est-ce qu'il branle? Oh bah dis donc, un petit pas de danse avant. Ah bah oui alors. Ah bah oui, ah bah oui. Ouh là là. Au moins ça va. Il le prend pas mal que le fait que j'essaie de le tuer pendant son sommeil. Ah chouchou. Bon. Du coup, j'avais d'autres personnes à qui parler, je pense. Alcine.
Daniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
Bah écoute, c'est super.
I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met soon.
Alors, je vais récupérer The Boys après.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to give this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair.
Alors, je vois Eileen là-bas, mais je vais quand même essayer d'aller voir si d'autres personnes ont des trucs à dire. Tiens, Carlac.
Wish we could stay and see what this place will be like without the shadows. I bet it's beautiful. No rest for the wicked, huh?
C'est ça, cocotte.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. Comforting to know. You wanted something?
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become.
Ouais, je suis désolé, chouchoute.
You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me. A great deal. But still, some of the details elude me. Ketheric Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
Personnellement, non, mais t'as le droit d'y croire.
Guilty. I just knew I had to be with her. I was hers. That was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped.
Putain, cette option 3, quoi.
I didn't know that then. But I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jahira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land. My home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what.
Franchement, ouais.
It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long. But I'm grateful for a safe
Oh non, mais restez autant que vous voulez, les filles. Franchement,
just to be.
je suis content de vous avoir dans le coin. Alors, Aelin.
What do you know?
Tu t'appelles Aelin, mon zombie? J'ai dit Aelin, il a fait... Bah.
I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly
Mais
did
du coup,
share
parce
that
qu'elle me l'a
with
dit
you.
à moi.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotee.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's.
Elle veut partager, moi je dis pas non.
Pulls at you both.
Je lui aurais pas demandé, mais c'est elle qui propose.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him?
My father. That was him.
That
Bon, j'ai
is-
passé la cinématique, on s'en fout, j'ai déjà vu ça dans mon autre partie.
No. It can't be.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. But you are a child no longer.
My parents. I need to save them.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come. But not yet forearmed. It no longer has the power to harm me, now that I've removed it from Shah's domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same, and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you.
I'll need every advantage, it seems.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious.
Ouais, je vais reprendre mon boy screw après.
I've been lied to. My whole life.
Bah, en même temps, t'as été formaté, t'étais obligé d'y croire. Ou plutôt, on t'a manipulé pour que tu y crois.
I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me. Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to.
Bon. Ah si. Qu'est-ce que tu fais là, poteau?
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air. Like the your ranks are full. You will need to make an opening for me.
Du coup, tu vas prendre la place de Mintara.
Ready at your side.
At least Shadowheart is armed with the truth now. May its keen edge draw forth whatever vengeance she desires. Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for? Wonderful. Lead on, then.
Voilà. Will, où es-tu, mon amour?
Unnerving though it is, if we are to face an elder brain, we could have no better ally than an Illithid. The Emperor is the reason we have made it this far. And if the Gith Prince's suffering is the price of our survival, so be it.
Bon. Attends, je vais parler à Karlach quand même.
Poor Shadowheart. She's been jerked around so much. I want to believe the gods keep this world balanced, but sometimes I wonder.
Almost pleasant traveling with company.
Désolé, cocotte. Putain, il est où, Will? Allô? Ah, j'ai pas été de l'autre côté du camp. Bah oui, je suis con. Mais non, mais attends. Ah, quoi? Là, il y a Gale. Putain, il est où, Will? Je suis Miro? Ah oui, il est là. Je l'avais pas vu. Bordel de cul.
Taken from the light to be raised in darkness. Your truth is finally dawning, Shadowheart. You can follow its light, or you can retreat back into dusk. The truth is finally dawning. Shadowheart can follow its light, or she can retreat back. I'm up for the challenge. You've just got to make a little space. Ready and willing.
What comes next?
Alors du coup, lui, c'est le paladin occultiste, donc il va reprendre l'équipement de Mintara. Attends. Oui, je prends aussi les potions. Voilà.
At the ready.
Et le magicien, donc tu vas prendre l'équipement de Carlac. Merde, je me suis trompé.
A hero at heart.
Et du coup, toi tu es le voleur, donc tu vas prendre l'équipement d'Ombrecoeur. Voilà. Ah, j'ai pris occultiste la dernière fois. Il n'y a pas un truc avec le combat à 2 armes? Magie rituelle, c'est quoi? 2 sorts rituels? Ah, c'est ceux-là, les sorts rituels, ok. Hmm. Oh, maître de guerre. J'ai envie de voir ce que ça fait, maître de guerre. Ah, c'était où? Ah, expert du combat. Alors, détourner l'attention de la cible, ce qui confère à vos alliés un avantage sur le prochain jet d'attaque. Ouh! J'ai le jambe défensif. Les ennemis subissent un désavantage au corps à corps. Utilisez votre action bonus pour trouver une cible en position d'un avantage. Ouh, regain, ça m'intéresse. Donner des points de vie, donner des points de vie temporaires à des gens. Balayage, ça paraît pas mal aussi. Croquant jambe, ouais, je vois ce que c'est. C'est quoi l'autre truc qui m'intéressait déjà? C'était feinte. Diversion, désarmement. Et c'est un truc que je peux faire une fois. Allez. Putain, il y a tellement de sorts qui demandent de la concentration pour les paladins, c'est un peu chiant. Mais bon. Bon. Et on dit on est à gagner. Bon, tu sais quoi? Contre ça. Allez, parce que ta gueule. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a comme bonus pour les mages? Magie rituelle. Bon, bah ça, non. Artillerie magique. Bah, c'est tout ce qu'il y a. Il y a mage de guerre aussi. Ah, ça c'est bien ça. Ça améliore ma concentration et ça me permet d'utiliser truc électrique là. Ça c'est cool ça. Voilà. Et du coup, maintenant, on va se diriger vers Baldur's Gate. Gaël, qu'est-ce que tu veux?
I was supposed to sacrifice myself to stop the absolute. Yeah, I don't think I could have gone through with it in truth. And I'm glad that I didn't, given what has come to light. The Elder Brain. But more importantly, the crown that it wore. Even without seeing it for myself, I could sense it. Netherese magic.
Oui, c'est ce que nous a dit la connasse là.
I doubted what I was feeling at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power, the ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. as luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerer's Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
Ouais, bah écoute, on va y aller.
The only kind I have. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Bah écoute, on y va. Non, c'est par là qu'il faut qu'on aille. Toujours un peu deg que Jaira soit morte, mais bon.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Ouais.
I'm glad to hear that. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
The road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces.
Oh putain, mais il y en a marre. Foutez-moi la paix avec vos dégradients de couilles là. C'est où? C'est vers l'ouest, c'est ça? Eh ben on va y aller. Bon, par contre la caméra qui me pète les couilles, ça je vais éviter. Attends. Ah non, attends, la route elle est là. Enfin, je crois. Non, là c'est un cul-de-sac, on dirait. Ouais, non, faut vraiment que j'aille au nord en fait, d'abord. Ouais, c'est ça, je crois avoir tout fait ici.
Looks like an army
Let's go.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
En vrai, je pense que... Non, c'est trop tard, tant pis.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord. But there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping. Yes, sir. No, sir. Rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prison bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
My prodigal bloodkin is among them.
They live.
Quoi?
Barely. I made mince of their ugly mind matter. And if they dare return,
Quoi?
I will strip out their offal.
Attends, elle parle de Mintara? Hein? Ah, quelle belle journée pour être torse-poil. Quelle belle nuit. Ah bah elles sont là les deux. Bonjour. Voilà, allez-y, faites-vous des câlinous, moi je vais regarder ailleurs.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Ah putain, j'ai glitché à l'intérieur de Alcine.
Painful truths have been thrust upon Shadowheart. I believe she is strong enough to endure. But her path will be easier with our support. What would you like to know? Anytime.
Another step forward.
Et donc les deux, elles sont là. Vous allez bien les bébous?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you. Ooh, more.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation.
Ah,
Come closer.
d'accord. Qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and return to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One.
Franchement, oui. J'ai fait des conneries, mais ça, c'est cool.
We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Bah écoute, je suis ravi de l'apprendre, cocotte. Isabelle, ça gazouille?
Looking forward to a bit of rest, if I'm honest. It's been a long century.
D'accord. Ma foi.
What's on your mind?
Gaël, il est là.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Ouais, bah je pense qu'on va juste aller se coucher. Ah, ah non, c'est Mitara qui est là.
You wish to consult me? I take no pleasure in his passing. Whatever faults he may have had, Ketheric was a great leader. Life was crueler to him than death. It is no great wonder that he found his strength in Merkel. I believe he was an honorable man, but the gods used him as their plaything. First, Shah and her sister, then the 3 behind the Absolute. I sympathize.
Oh.
A meaningless question. If he had killed us and conquered the Sword Coast, I would envy him. As it is, he lost, and I pity him. But I will never forgive him for handing me to Orin. For that, I hope Merkel hollows out his bones. and lets them be dust. A true soul came to my city preaching a message of togetherness, accompanied by 2 novices. Menzoberranzan is not fertile ground for such messages. I killed them and hanged their bodies in my garden.
Ok. C'était pas une bonne idée de leur part, de leur idée.
This world is full of fools, after all. But in this instance, I was mistaken. Our visitors were not fools. They were bait. Even as the flesh sagged and sloughed away from their eyeless skulls, their audacity infuriated me. I had to know where they came from. And whoever sent them was counting on my curiosity overcoming my caution. Indeed. A man you know all too well.
D'accord.
General Ketheric Thorm. The dead cough up their secrets just as well as the living. All it took was a simple act of necromancy, and the corpses told me where I needed to strike. Moonrise Towers. No. I was prepared for combat, but I intended to strike subtly. As it turned out, to my shame, I was defeated without even drawing my weapon. I came to Moonrise with a retinue of warriors and assassins, the best House Bainray had to offer. I expected a battle, but found a fully laden feast table and a welcome befitting a house matron. Ketheric expected us, expected me, and I fell for his flattery. Perhaps I deserved what came after the welcome as well. Ketheric proposed an alliance between Moonrise and Menzoberranzan. I admit I was captivated by him. He invited me to the head of his table as his guest of honor. I was wary, of course. If I had been in his
C'est marrant parce que je remarque que comme mon perso est très grand, presque tout le monde lève la tête pour lui parler.
It was the pale woman at the foot of the table, Orin the Red. We had barely begun to eat when she spoke for the first time. I only caught one word, my name. Then, quick as lightning, she climbed onto the table, a dagger in each hand, and skipped toward me, slicing the throats out of my men as she passed them. Few things frighten me. Orin is one of them. Ketheric held me still, his hand on my shoulder, the grip tight enough to crack the bone. When Orin stood before me, she touched the dagger to my eye, drawing out a tear of blood. I want this one, she said. Ketheric nodded his permission, and I was taken below. You've seen the horrors of the colony. Orin kept me there for days. She forced me to watch as my men were processed. Some for food, others as thralls. And then she placed the tadpole in my eye herself. I deserved it. I was passive, weak, proud. You know the rest as well as I do. There were massacres before the Grove. Religious communities mostly. Those who refused to convert. Then there was you, and now there is freedom. Soon there will be vengeance.
Attends, j'ai peur de ce qui va se passer si je lui dis je veux te parler en privé, donc je vais sauvegarder.
Then speak. Very well.
Ah ok. Bon, bah ça c'est fait. Eh ben, d'accord, ok. Donc, ça, c'est un des premiers trucs que j'ai dit quand j'ai recommencé cette partie. Je veux en apprendre plus sur Mintara parce que j'ai cru comprendre que la communauté l'aimait beaucoup. Donc, ben, je suis très heureux de ce que j'apprends personnellement. C'est vraiment un personnage très intéressant.
Well met.
Franchement, j'aime beaucoup Mintara. Je comprends pourquoi les gens l'aiment autant. Je comprends vraiment pourquoi les gens l'aiment autant. Donc là, malheureusement, ça va trigger un truc. Donc je pense que je vais m'arrêter là, vu l'heure qu'il est. J'irai donc me coucher très bientôt. Et en attendant la prochaine, je vous dis salut.